Yo, yo. A little loud there. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm your man, Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show live. You're here for 10 reasons, but one reason today I think outshines the rest of them, and that reason is 2021 rookie rankings conversations. Where do we rank the rookies now that they have the landing spots? We all are pretty amped up, pretty excited. Maybe we're let down. Maybe we don't like the James Robinson landing spot so much that we're just, or the ETN landing spot so much that we're just completely pissed off and bummed. I don't know. You tell me how you're feeling in the comments and I'll throw it on screen. What I do know, Austin, Kenny, Rob, Ryan, Logan, Silver, Dried Ocean, hit the thumbs up on your way in the door, is that we have a lot to talk about. These rookie wide receivers landed in fantastic locations, as we thought, as we mock drafted over and over, as we predicted. You've got Ja'Marr Chase landing where I knew he would go, even though everybody argued with me on social media over and over and over. But Smitty, you have to protect Joe Burrow. You can't take Ja'Marr Chase. You can't do it. You have to protect Joe Burrow. Over and over I heard that. I argue with people night and day and night. Monday through Sunday. You protect Burrow by giving him one of the most lethal wide receiving weapons that's come out of college in the last decade. That's how you protect Joe Burrow. You stretch defenses. You make the defensive scheme you face never the same defensive scheme again. Okay? That's how you protect Joe Burrow. I have an inkling of knowledge that that's how you protect Joe Burrow. Maybe 19 years of looking at this stuff. That's how you protect Joe Burrow. You know what helps an offensive line that's not producing? You know what helps them to produce? A quick release. A quick release is the best cure for a bad offensive line. Do you need to address the offensive line? Yes, they did. And we knew they would. In a deep offensive line class where these guys were going to fall naturally because of how good and loaded up with skill position players the first 35 picks were going to be. We're going to have half of the draft at pick 35 be offensive skill position players, from Pitts to the wide receivers to the quarterbacks to the running backs. It was packed to the rafters with offensive skill position players. So we knew wide receivers crushed it. Smitty approved those wide receiver landing spots. Ja'Marr Chase instantly has what's probably going to look a little different than the Justin Jefferson rookie season. It won't be 1,400. Well, it could be. I'm not going to say it won't be. It may not be 1,400 yards and 7 TDs. It might be balanced different. It might be, instead of 1,400 yards, it could be 1,200 yards. Instead of 7 TDs, it might be 11 TDs. And it's probably going to be above 65 receptions. That will be an electric rookie year. That will be an outlier rookie year that everyone thinks that only Justin Jefferson was going to have. No one was ever going to repeat this. Rookies don't do well. I'm tired of that too. What world do you live in? Fred and Karen? What world do you live in where rookies don't make an impact? And I'm having the same argument with people. Nicholas, King, Tigray, what's up? Logan, Austin. I'm having the same debate with people about Trey Lance starting week 1 for the 49ers. Trey to the Bay. Look at the sick hat that I made for my boy Dr. Raj. Look at this. The sick hat. I'm doing Smitty custom hats. Kittle over the middle. This one has got that shiny look. I do have the ones with the matted look. Ayuk. San Fran logo. Trade to the Bay. Okay, now you know what we're working with here. Trey walks into the best situation you could walk into as a quarterback. Trey will be handheld into week 1. And if you start him in week 1, guess what happens? You get to move him along differently in the offseason than you would if he was going to be a guy that's going to ride the bench but eventually take over. You give him more reps. You give him a whole lot more attention. You give him more knowledge. He absorbs things differently. The defense, he'll read defenses way better by the time week 1 comes around if he's in practice, especially against this Niners defense. Are you kidding me? There is no better. Like, this is what people aren't talking about, okay? People are not talking about this. Trey Lance in practice will probably be groomed better than the average Bear because of the defense that this defensive unit he's facing on a daily basis will help prep him and groom him. It'll be like rolling through half of a year experience-wise. Trey is going to be in a much better position starting week 1 than Jimmy G going down week 4, week 5, week 7, week 6, or playing bad in weeks 3 and 4 or 2 and 3, and everyone's booing him, and you got to make a change, and you put Trey in there when he hasn't even practiced the same way he would on a daily basis if prepping to start. Trey Lance will start week 1. Okay? San Fran wants to prep their future and roll with him in week 1. He's dangerous enough on the ground to improvise if he needs to. He's got the weapons and safety nets around him to be very, very effective and efficient as a rookie. Trey Lance will start week 1. Mark it down. Mark it down. Now, we're going to get into the rookies in a minute. We're going to, as you can see over here on the left of the screen, news is what we're working on right now. Rookies will be next. Risk map will be in hour 2. And auction mock drafts, baby. We're going to do an auction mock draft live here on the Fantasy Football Show. So get ready. We may do that a touch early. I may have to bounce a half hour early on the show depending on the internet service provider working on the line. I don't want to crap out the live in the middle of it, so we may jump a half hour early as I work through some of those things. So let's get to the news, and then we'll move on to rookies, and we may jump a little ahead. Here for the the Zaven Collins content. God. Thanks, King. And these hats, by the way, will be DM me on Instagram if you want one of these early, because there's a little bit of a wait. They're not cheap, guys. I can't make these for peanuts. Okay, they're custom for a reason. You're paying for the amazingness of them. You're paying for the custom Smitty custom here. So they are $50. It includes shipping. And I don't know even how long that price will last. Depends on how many people are ordering it, because it does take a lot of time and work. And the great news is I will make these live on my IG live and my YouTube live. When people are ordering them, I'll do some like order shows where if you order, I'll make it in front of you, in front of everybody while I'm live, just whistling while I work, twiddling my thumbs while I work, creating hats for you guys. Rest in peace, James Robinson, says Brady. 49er fans' thoughts on Trey Sermon. I'll get to that, Nicholas. Just calm down, Nicholas. Buckle up. Get ready. Get your juice box out and start watching the show, because we're getting to rookies in hour 1 here. See? Right here. We're right here. We're going to get to your Sermonator right here. The Sermonator. Serm. The Serm dog. Serm's going to be good, man. Serm's going to be good. Let's get to the news. There's not a ton of news, but there are a few pieces that will probably take us a good 15-20 minutes a topic. And that first one, we begin, let's kill this music. The first one, we begin with little old Aaron Rodgers. Okay? NFL Network, Ian Rappaport reports that the Packers they release the guy that Aaron Rodgers just talked up. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm like redlining on the audio. I'm sorry. This guy just got talked up by Aaron Rodgers. Just got talked up. And they cut him. It's like spitting in Aaron Rodgers' face over and over and over again. And I have audio from something that I want to play that is really head scratching to me. This audio comes from an interview from Moose and Maggie. This is Terry Bradshaw, who, I don't know how I feel about Terry Bradshaw moving forward now. But let's break down this little interview clip of Terry Bradshaw talking some mad shit to Aaron Rodgers. Some mad shit. Okay? I don't appreciate it, Terry Bradshaw. And I don't know how I feel about you right now, old man. So let's break it down right here.
We know that Rodgers is not happy with the organization.
No shit.
We know that Rodgers is not happy with the organization. There's a chasm between the two. Does Rodgers have a right to...
Does he have a right? Okay, here's where the interview starts going south from the beginning. Aaron Rodgers has the right to do whatever the hell he wants, okay? If he's not happy, there's a reason. This is a smart man, a patient man that has been patient enough through this organization's lack of getting him weapons draft in and draft out. Doing a lot with a little. And you guys are gonna start off with the commentary that Aaron Rodgers does he have the right? Does he not have the right? Here we go. Bradshaw hasn't even talked yet.
Be this upset with the Packers.
Does he have the right?
With him being that upset shows me just how weak he is.
How weak? What the? Are you kidding me? Terry Bradshaw saying it shows him just not that he's weak in this moment, not that he's weak. Having a weak. It's just how weak he really is what Bradshaw is saying about A-Rod.
With him being that upset shows me just how weak he is.
Are you kidding me? Like, I don't understand this at all, okay? This is one of the greatest quarterbacks that has ever played the game, okay? He's played so long. How many years has A-Rod played? I can only have it in front of me. A-Rod, somebody look it up. A-Rod has played... I'm ashamed I don't know this off the top of my head. Where the hell is my... Aaron Rodgers has played... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 seasons. 16 seasons. I need two. Look, I need two hands. I need three hands, Mom. No, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need 4 hands. I need to use my feet to count how many years this man has played football. 2005 to 2020. That's 16 years. And the guy, let's repeat that line.
With him being that upset shows me just how weak he is.
Terry Bradshaw.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
With him being that upset shows me just how weak he is. Who the hell cares who you draft?
Take a lap.
Whoa.
Three-time MVP in the league, and he's worried about this guy they drafted?
He's not worried about love, you moron. Like, what's... Terry Bradshaw must have just lost it. Like, I used to think... I don't know that I had a whole lot of respect for his analysis, actually. But, because he's kind of just like a headline maker, Thinking, shooting from his hip, like, randomly during show. Like, yeah, what am I saying? I've never really respected his broadcasting capability or his analytical skills or his ability to break down a quarterback. I don't care what he brings to the table experience-wise. The dude doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly.
You're at number 1. Now, I don't know what was said behind the scenes.
You don't know. That's the whole point, Terry Bradshaw. You don't know what was said behind the scenes. So what the hell are you saying? Why are you even talking about this? Because someone asked you. True. But still, why are you talking in absolutes? Why are you acting like you know what the hell's going on? And why are you calling one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played the game weak? Because his organization won't support him. Okay? And you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
You're at number 1. Now, I don't know what was said behind the scenes.
We know that.
What?
We know that.
If he said, look, I'll play this year and then I want out of here, and they said, fine, then he's the MVP in the league. I don't know. None of us know.
Correct, Terry Bradshaw. So what in the hell are you saying?
And for him to be upset, my God, I don't understand that. So I don't.
You don't understand much.
Understand why he's so upset at Green Bay. And then if they fired the general manager, he'll come back. Are you kidding me?
I think it's a reasonable request. You know, I think maybe getting him some wide receivers would have been a reasonable request. Maybe getting him his own locker would have been a nice gesture. The man probably walks in and has his uniform and crap on a cart. You know, whatever the man wants. He wants corn dogs at halftime. You get Aaron Rodgers corn dogs at halftime. Okay? He wants to unleash the dragon. You let him unleash the dragon. This is Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers deserves whatever he wants when he walks into that locker room.
Really? Aaron, that's where this is.
That is where we are at.
I wouldn't budge. Let him gripe. Let him cry. Retire. You're 38. Go ahead and retire. See you later. I mean, I'm really strong about stuff like that. And it just makes him look weak. In my way of looking, it makes him look weak.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Bradshaw being too modest. Is Rodgers just supposed to bend over and take it? Says Rob. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. I don't know if am I the only. I don't think I'm the only one thinking this. I haven't read the comments yet. Bradshaw, that's a good comment there. Maybe not collecting $40 million a season. Getting him a wide receiver. You can see him at the grocery stores. Take a lap right now, says media. Take a nap. Take a nap. Take a nap. Good one, media. Well, 12 or 13 as a starter. He sat as a backup for 3 to 4 years. Yeah, but he's been in the league 16 years. You know, the respect this man's not getting. Terry's showing his age. Okay. So I don't think anybody disagrees with me. Favre had a similar situation in Green Bay with Rodgers. Take a lap. Terry, says Ernie. And yeah, we're all on the same page. What's up, Hall of J Game in the house? And let's see what else he concludes with.
You know, how dare you draft somebody, or, you know, I played better. What did he say? I played better than they thought I would. Or
how dare they draft somebody? He doesn't care. Like, he was offended, but he moved on. He moved on and became the NFL MVP. He moved on and made them look foolish. He's not worried about love anymore. Love's in the past, but it was an insult.
Go do Jeopardy.
Go do Jeopardy.
The way I look at it, but I wouldn't budge.
Of course you wouldn't.
I'm strong about
You'd rather
like
what he's saying is you'd rather Aaron Rodgers retire and the organization be left with nothing. That's what Terry Bradshaw's. He's so strong, standing on his principle. If he was running a business, I'm gonna run this business into the ground on principle.
Budge a bit. Either he gives in, and Green Bay don't give in. Move on.
Move on.
Do you think the threat is an empty one of retirement from Rodgers?
Hadn't thought of it like that.
Of course you haven't thought of it.
Call him on it.
Call his bluff.
Call him on it. I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's an empty threat. I don't think I'm right though.
I don't think I'm right though. God. So we basically I didn't see the end there until right now. So we basically wasted our whole time.
Empty threat. I don't think I'm right though. I mean, I'm confused. No, really.
I'm confused. I just wasted a good. What did I waste? A good 20 minutes on that. Because at the end he realizes he's an idiot. Oh my God. IG messages, yes. Let's see. I might have. Guys, leave some voicemails. Leave some IG messages. Frank says, Smitty, can we do an auction mock draft? Yes, Frankie boy, we will be doing an auction mock draft. You're going to have Hugh Jackson on the show Thursday. Yes, Steven, we will be having Hugh Jackson on the show Thursday. Don't you worry about it. Thursday, Hugh Jackson will be on the show. Where's the rap song? The rap song's coming. The rap song's coming.
Oh, yeah. It's about that time. Every Tuesday and Thursday between the hours of 4 and 7. Yeah. You want to tune in to the Fantasy Football Show with Smitty? Yeah.
Attaboy.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, Smitty, that damn Aaron Rodgers is a beast. I would tell him one thing and one thing only. Hey, Aaron, release the dragon.
Release the dragon, Aaron.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, Smitty, that damn Aaron Rodgers is a beast. I would tell him one thing and one thing only. Hey, Aaron, release the dragon.
Love it. Love it. I wanted to play that for you anyway. Okay, rock out. Rock out. I got a trade offer. Trade Miles Sanders and Chark and would get Wilson, Judy, 2021 3.04. Okay, I don't really care too much about the 3.04. So this is Judy and Wilson. I assume it's Russell Wilson, right? If it's Zach Wilson, that's different. If it's the 2021 3.4, that means you haven't drafted yet, so it probably can't be Zach Wilson. So I'm assuming it's Russell Wilson. So Miles Sanders and Chark for Russell Wilson and Judy. I would do it if you do need a quarterback. If you don't need a quarterback, then probably keep the running back. Although bringing in Gainwell is not a great thing for Miles Sanders. It proves how ridiculous this Eagle. I mean, everybody needs a backup. I get that. But this Eagles coaching staff doesn't want to commit to Miles Sanders, apparently, just like the old one. This current coaching staff here in Philly, Sirianni, doesn't want to commit to his quarterback, Jalen Hurts, just like his old coach. I feel like he got trained and molded and crafted by his old coach. I feel like Peterson molded, crafted, and directed Sirianni. So I don't know what the hell is going on. If you need a quarterback bad, and Russell Wilson would crush your current quarterback, I probably would do it. Because I like Judy a lot. Judy's going to go up in value big time. You get ready. Judy's going to be a beast. And I think people are undervaluing him. I wouldn't be shocked. Don't twist this up and go, Schmitty said that he'd draft Jerry Judy ahead of Miles Sanders. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you not to. I'm telling you up front. Okay? Okay, Karen? What I'm telling you is that Jerry Judy could be better value-wise in one calendar year than Miles Sanders or Chark. And that alone makes me love the quiet, crafty step into a cross-positional trade of Russell Wilson if you need a quarterback bad, because Russell Wilson's very undervalued, still top 5 capable, and you get Jerry Judy. I'd probably do it. I don't trust the Miles Sanders situation. He could do well this year. We just don't know. And Hall J Game says, does Chuba Hubbard in Carolina change your stance on him? Well, of course. I mean, Chuba Hubbard isn't going to play. He's going to be a backup. But guess what? If we just retool our thinking and we say to ourselves, what do we lose in the offseason? Mike Davis. Mike Davis was one of the 3 or 4 super handcuffs as I've coined them in fantasy football. Super handcuffs are those running backs that can win a league. They can win a league for you if they get in there. They can be top 5 to 10 running backs if they get into the lineup. So, where's that question? Why did I take that question off? So, Chuba Hubbard now becomes a super handcuff. Chuba Hubbard, if in the lineup, becomes a top 5 to 10 running back in fantasy football. We don't know if he will ever get a shot. Like, what if McCaffrey plays 2 straight years without getting hurt? Like, who knows? But if McCaffrey goes down and you can cuff Chuba Hubbard, who should be relatively reasonably priced, especially in redraft. Like, you're going to need to get to know his ADP. You're going to need to hold his ADP, caress it, get to know it, take it out to dinner, find out exactly where the ADP lies for Chuba Hubbard in redraft, and ensure you cuff the 2 together. Because if you don't have Chuba Hubbard and you got Christian McCaffrey, you're going to be pretty upset at yourself. And we're all going to tell you to
Take a lap. Take
because that would be a really big mistake. A really grave mistake. Why are my sound effects so low?
Take a lap.
There we
Take
go.
a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
But yeah, does it suck he's not in Miami? Of course. New York would have been kind of crafty, just where Michael Carter went if Chuba Hubbard had landed in New York, and people were like, they would probably love him. But that would have been great. But, you know, going to Carolina changes everything. He's a backup, but he's a crafty, home run hitting, super handcuff backup that in Dynasty even you can probably get in the second round somewhere. So I'm not like, I was a little upset, but I'm gonna get over it because he's got some standalone value. Sorry, I had to move that. What's up? Good to see you. Trey Sermon better than Chuba Hubbard. We'll break that down. We'll break that down, bro. We'll break that down in just a little bit. Ryan says, tell everybody about my trade journey on the Zoom call. Yeah, so Ryan, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We're going to get into the news, and remind me on that. Remind me. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, look, here's the deal. My biggest takeaway from this is you need to go out and get Jerry Jeudy now. Like, we could talk about A-Rod. We could talk about what this does to Adams. We could talk about what it does to Aaron Jones. ESPN's reporting, a few different sources are reporting this, and a reporter, I forget the name, from ESPN reported that there's in their opinion, this is an opinion, their opinion is 0% chance Aaron Rodgers plays football for the Green Bay Packers ever again. Now, while I don't subscribe to that number, I don't feel that that's a lock. It's certainly alarming. It's certainly alarming that Aaron Rodgers is thought by some highly up in the sports world as not potentially ever playing football again. Okay, that is a huge concern for everybody playing fantasy football and people that own Aaron Rodgers. Like, this is insane. Sorry, I'm trying to tweak this real quick. Where's my background? You know, I have this TV here, and my logo is supposed to be on. I clearly didn't prepare for the show properly, and now I got to do this work while I'm live with you guys because I didn't do my job. Loop, full screen, other remote, boom. Okay, where was I at? Can't even. So let's talk about the ramifications if Aaron Rodgers goes to where? Denver? What are the most likely landing spots for Aaron Rodgers? There's talk about New Orleans, okay? You have New Orleans, you have Denver. You have Carolina is probably out. Raiders. So from everything we're hearing, it's the Raiders, the Denver Broncos, and people are wanting to will the Saints into the picture, and they could emerge. Like, at some point, A-Rod's going to take anything over staying in Green Bay. So if A-Rod, and hit the thumbs up on your way in the door, we got 40 to 60 people jumping in and out. You could wipe your feet at the front door would be nice. So you got a guy in A-Rod that's a top 5 quarterback, a guy in A-Rod that literally made and crafted and molded, and I think the phrase of the day is low key, okay? So let's put low key on the screen. Low key. We're going to start doing a phrase of the day. Aaron Rodgers, low key. Aaron Rodgers, I need to get my audio guy to create a low key. Okay, let's work on that. Aaron Rodgers low key created Davante Adams, crafted him, molded him like Frankenstein, made this man into the wide receiver he is. Low key style. He literally did. He's done this before. He'll do it again. If he went to Denver, guess what he would do? He would low key turn Jerry Jeudy into a top 5 to 10 wide receiver. There I go again, Mom, using both of my hands. Top 5 to 10 wide receiver. You think I'm joking, don't you? You think Jerry Jeudy could be a top 5 to 10 wide receiver? Smitty, you truly believe that? I do believe that. I do believe that. What's up, Fantasy Focused? I truly believe that. Aaron Rodgers could handcraft Jerry Jeudy into the top 5 to 10. Okay? He would be phenomenal. He'd be a monster. He'd be a beast. Now, am I saying that Davante Adams leaving Green Bay or Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay makes him not a top 10 talent or a top 5 talent or even the number 1 wide receiver in the league? No, I'm not. Because Aaron Rodgers doesn't turn somebody into a fake top 5 wide receiver. He literally crafts their skill for him. Adams had a lot of talent, but A-Rod leaves them the way he made them. It's not like Davante Adams couldn't go over to I don't know. I'm trying to think of a team that he could get traded to or whatever. He's not going to get traded, but if he did, go over to, I don't know, anywhere. Name a team that needs a wide receiver. Let's just say he went to. Let's just say he went to even Washington. Even with McLaurin there, whatever. Adams could command top 10 wide receiver fantasy value no matter where he went. He's already there. You can't take the top 5 to 10, top 1 to 10 wide receiver talent out of the guy. But Aaron Rodgers made him. So I believe that Jerry Jeudy would be in the top 10 for sure, maybe top 5 to 10 if A-Rod slinging him the football in 2021. I think he'd almost be that good right away because he's already going to break out, I think. I think Jerry Judy's going to have a fantastic year. He dealt with a lot of crap last year. I still feel like they got a whole lot to work on. Quarterback situation is still cloudy as hell. So there's a chance that Jerry Judy's kind of spotty here and there. But I do love Jerry Jeudy a ton. I do think Jerry Jeudy has major upside. And if you're in a dynasty league, go trade for Jerry Jeudy right now before anything breaks down. Because if Aaron Rodgers, if more comes out that he's not returning, because right now there's a couple reports that say 0% chance, but it's not being talked about, like it's concrete, cemented in. Everyone believes it across the board. Every media outlet's reporting it. Once everybody settles in that he's not coming back for sure, there's a really good chance people are going to start assuming that it is Green Bay, and then you won't be able to even get Jerry Jeudy. Now, if you poke around about Jerry Jeudy, you most certainly will have an occasional person that owns him be like, well, Aaron Rodgers could be there. But a lot of people aren't even thinking that far ahead. They aren't. So you can still acquire Jerry Jeudy cheaply, but you got to do it now before it's too late. What does it do for Davante Adams if Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay? I think it drops him outside of the first round. I know that sounds crazy. Maybe it doesn't to you. But I think it drops him out of the first round. I don't know how far. Where do you guys have Davante Adams ranked if Love is commanding the offense? I really would love to know. Do any of you have him still in the first round? Does anybody see Davante Adams doing what Antonio Brown did when Big Ben would get hurt? Antonio Brown was the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football. Big Ben would go down, and guess who would vanish from the top 10 wide receivers? Antonio Brown. This offense is probably very similar in that if A-Rod got removed from it, which we haven't really seen, right? It would fall apart similar to the Steelers falling apart when Big Ben's out of the offense. It completely crumbles. The entire offense crumbles. Nobody comes in and is even remotely efficient. I don't know that Love is going to have the ability to make... I mean, he could be good. He could develop, maybe. Maybe this becomes another thing where like Brett Favre leaves and everyone's like, oh my God, you're not going to be able to replace Brett Favre, and look what happened. I don't believe Love's that. But... mid-second, I've got a comment saying mid-second, mid-late second, top 15 wide receiver, 33 overall. I mean, I think second round is where he'd start going. I think we're talking about Davante Adams. If A-Rod left, it would be second round bound for the man. I can't disagree. And what happens to Aaron Rodgers? Amari Rodgers say goodbye to his kind of sneaky, crafty, good value. But I think Aaron Jones probably survives the most. Probably has the best chance of retaining running back one value, but you got to think in an offense that isn't moving the chains as much. For a guy that's so touchdown dependent, like, hear me out, maybe he would be way more affected than we think, because the more you feed Aaron Jones, the more likely he is to get hurt. The more you don't get him in the red zone, the less he's going to score, because he's a touchdown dependent running back. I'm kind of talking myself out of Aaron Jones right now. If Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay, all the things that make up the value of Aaron Jones gets diminished. So I don't know that I like Aaron Jones if Aaron Rodgers is gone. I don't know if I like him even close to his current ADP now that I'm kind of mapping this out in my head. Yeah, I mean, everything that makes up Aaron Jones's value is dependent on Aaron Rodgers. It is. As much as you want to think it's separate, though, as much as you want to believe that they could just feed as much as you think they're going to feed Aaron Jones over and over because it's the only option they have, he gets hurt when he gets too many carries. He doesn't stay healthy to begin with. Why are we banking on Aaron Jones getting 10 more carries a game, staying healthy? I worry about Aaron Jones at that point. I think I'm talking myself out of Aaron Jones live on the air if A-Rod ends up leaving. I don't know. What do you guys think about Aaron Jones? This offense crumbles. Like Kyle just said, not the same offense without Aaron Rodgers. I don't think I'm buying anybody. That's crazy. One of the best offenses in fantasy football. Why do I keep looking at that camera? I already switched my view. Here. One of the best offenses in fantasy football. Okay? Aaron Rodgers, top 5 quarterback. Aaron Jones, potentially top 5 running back. Davante Adams, the number 1 wide receiver. Amari Rodgers, a crafty late wide receiver 4, maybe 5, 4-5. You hope for more. Maybe he gets into a wide receiver 3 role. He could. And then you rip A-Rod from the team. You rapture him from the team. Now the quarterback's no longer top 5. You don't even have a top 20 quarterback. Maybe you love surprises, but I'm not banking on that. Aaron Jones goes from top 5 potential. You buy him a little cheaper, but he's top 5 potential to I think maybe borderline top 10, maybe outside the top 10. I'd rather have a guy like Gibson, of course. I'd rather have a guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire over Aaron Jones if Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay. And for the reasons I just mapped out and explained, no red zone opportunities kills Aaron Jones's value. He's a touchdown dependent running back. He's a guy that barely runs for 1,000 yards if he does it all. And if he gets more work, he gets hurt. This is detrimental. And the odds of A-Rod playing in Green Bay to some in high-level media outlets, ESPN being one, is 0. So time to panic. Time to panic big time. Adams, I'd take Adams in round 2, but I don't know that I feel more comfortable about I take Justin Jefferson over Davante Adams in redraft if Aaron Rodgers is not in Green Bay. I take DK Metcalf over Adams if A-Rod is not in Green Bay. I take Ridley over Adams if A-Rod is not in Green Bay. I maybe take A.J. Brown over Adams if A-Rod is not in Green Bay. Do you follow my trend? Those second-round wide receivers that I love so much, I rank them all over Adams if A-Rod is not in Green Bay. I mean, in Dynasty, who the hell knows where we rank Adams at that point? I just would rather have Ridley than Adams if he has no Aaron Rodgers. We just don't know how Adams is going to perform. And we have no reasonable expectation. We should have no reasonable expectation that Adams can thrive, to the tune of a top 1 to 5 wide receiver without A-Rod on roster, with a guy like Love, who we don't know what the heck he can do. So that was a long-winded breakdown of A-Rod. Myles Gaskin, this guy needs to play the lottery. This dude is the luckiest player in fantasy football. My ruling on A-Rod is avoid all Packers acquisitions until further notice. Myles Gaskin, holy crap. I would have bet, and I did in a sense because I didn't trade for him. You know, I was not on board with acquiring Myles Gaskin shares before the draft because everything pointed to in the direction that the Miami Dolphins would at some point take a running back. At some point they would find a running back. Even if they waited on it for a Gainwell or they waited for a Sermon, which was the unlikely of the two scenarios. This dude walks out of the NFL draft and he walks through a minefield. He walks through a field littered, not just with a couple mines or potential running back obstacles that could be in his way. A littered minefield full of running back mines, and the dude walks right out of the minefield unscathed, no bruises, no cuts, nothing. And he's the lone back in Miami again. The dude needs to play the lottery. This is the luckiest man right now. You're looking at the luckiest man in fantasy football. Now, for those of you that own him, maybe you're even luckier than him. I still don't know how I feel about him. I feel like if you put a Trey Sermon or you put a Javonte Williams especially, or Najee Harris even more so, and I would say ETN would be a fantastic fit in Miami. You put any one of those running backs, including Sermon, in this lineup, or even the Niners made a magnificent pick in Elijah Mitchell. Mitchell is so good and the most underrated rookie running back in this draft class, given the value and the cost of the entry point of investment. And if you put Mitchell on this team, I would have been talking Mitchell up to eventually, you wouldn't draft him high. You come in like a ninja and draft Mitchell, later rounds to overtake eventually Myles Gaskin, who I like. I'm not ripping on Myles. Myles is a great value now. Like, that's the moral of the story right now. Myles walks out the luckiest man alive, and the dude's got running back 2 appeal, no question about it. Like, don't draft him higher than that. Draft him as a low-end running back 2, so you package in a little risk. But Myles Gaskin has running back 2 potential and value. But I love Mitchell. Like, I wish somebody landed there so that we at least had options, because what if Gaskin doesn't work out? What if Gaskin is just not electric, or he's okay, but you could add a Chuba Hubbard or somebody on this roster that could have climbed up if Gaskin does fail, and you have ultra productive running back numbers coming out of Miami, because I feel like Miami can produce a really, really darn good running back in fantasy football no matter what. So I don't like that there's just basically one player that can produce there. But Gaskin walks out. They improved the wide receiver position, as said right here, stretching the field. Fuller and Waddle help improve Tua, who I don't truly believe in all that much, but he has weapons now. He will be rather decent. Decent enough to stay in the league, decent enough to stay in the lineup, decent enough to win games. Like, he's a Kirk Cousins type player. He'll never be an elite top 5 quarterback in fantasy football, or even top 7 or 8, but he'll be Kirk Cousins. He'll be efficient enough with the weapons they've surrounded him with, and Gaskin is going to be hard to defend. So he escapes pretty well. A-Rod going to have the last laugh, says Paul. ETN would need to exceed 15 TDs or 80 catches for him to mess with Jones, says Forrest. I don't know about that. I definitely think Jones takes a monster hit, man. We'll go over the rookies in a minute. We're just going to go over the news pieces here. Lamar Jackson, Ravens offensive coordinator, Greg Roman said that the team would expand its passing offense in 2021. Look, you got Tylan Hill, or what's his name? Tylan Wallace. You've got Bateman. You've got some good weapons here for Lamar. And that's, Lamar's going to have a pretty darn good opportunity to increase his passing numbers. I do have my questions about Lamar's longevity in fantasy football. I think that he definitely needs to be ranked in the 4 to 6 range right now, which is, high. That's good. That's good respect and value. But is he a player that could, in 2 years, be injured, runs a ton? Do I trade him in Dynasty high? I do. I try and get into a safer vehicle right now in Dynasty before and while his value's still high, before his value falls off. But taking Bateman in the first round, Tylan Wallace was a wide receiver that had potential round 1 value, and then injuries kind of scared everybody off. So the Ravens got 2 potential first round players in this draft to give Lamar Jackson more options and weapons. So Lamar really could have either a really big year, or, like I said, the running concerns me that he, at any point could get banged up. And a lot of people will defend that and say, hey, they'll push back and say, you can't, predict injuries, Smitty. He runs a lot. He stayed relatively healthy, but that 150 rushing attempts per season will add up, and you will be susceptible to a big injury. Eventually, the running also will diminish. Like, you can't run like this for 10 years. You have a good, 4 or 5 years of being able to run this well. And if he doesn't improve upon his passing, he is not an electric, elite, high-volume monster passer. Could he become that? I suppose. He could improve, but without the running, he's not Lamar Jackson. So he needs the running. That's why I toy around with the idea of trading for a Herbert now, trading for a Josh Allen, even if you have to give up more, going and getting Trevor Lawrence in Dynasty. Even if you can get more, that would be the smart move. Don't undersell or sell low. Lamar's got great value. That's the whole point of me bringing it up, is you're trading while the value is still crazy good. Smitty, would you trade Love away in Dynasty for Jerry Jeudy straight up? I would, King. I'm not saying that Love can't become great. I don't see it. I don't necessarily doubt him like a ton, but I don't really know what to expect, nor am I gonna grant him, elite potential or something. Jeudy could be elite for his position, so I absolutely go after that. If A-Rod is to get traded, where do you have him going? I talked about that already, Ryan. Denver is looking like the strongest bet. The Raiders are another option, and some people are talking about New Orleans, but I haven't heard too much on that. There's more people trying to throw out names. Screams David Montgomery 2 seasons ago. That decision, tough. The O-line not what? Especially with him, Bush. I don't know what you're saying there. What's up, Smitty? Thoughts on these receivers in Baltimore? I like him, bro. I like him. I think that Wallace was a first-round potential guy. He just got hurt a lot, and people were worried about it, so he dropped. Very good value. I like the wide receivers. I like Elijah Mitchell. Wish he would have gone to Miami. That's what I'm saying, bro. Miami would have been ideal for Mitchell. I was really hoping that Miami would grab him and would have made him the potential star there. Thanks, Greg. Greg, you're elite, bro. You're elite, bro. You're elite, Greg. Not me. You. No problem, Ryan. All right, so that leaves us with the last bit of news here, and we're actually right on time. We're even a touch ahead. We're going to need to be, because I might have to jump a tad early with the internet service provider working on the internet today. Mo Alley-Cox signed a restricted free agent tender. I only bring this up because he's kind of if you're desperate at tight end and you don't have anybody, he's not a bad guy to make sure he's not sitting there on waivers if you literally have nobody. He's got okay potential. So I thought I'd bring that up because some people have a need for a tight end right now and they have nobody. So that's going to do the news. A-Rod, I don't know what to think. A-Rod, I don't know that I avoid A-Rod. A-Rod, odds of A-Rod sitting are slim. He loves football. I know he loves Jeopardy, but he can do the Jeopardy thing and football at the same time. Could I see him stepping away? I suppose it's possible. COVID taught us that anything can happen and never assume anything. Like, I've learned that the hard way. Could I envision it? Yeah, I can envision almost anything now. So could he step away? Is it likely? Probably not. A-Rod's probably going to play one way or the other. And let's think about it. If he goes to Denver, he's got Sutton, he's got Jerry Jeudy, he's got Javonte Williams, who he can throw to a bunch. And let me tell you one thing we haven't talked about. Javonte Williams to the moon. To the moon if A-Rod's on that roster because of the way he uses his running back, the way he feeds his running back touchdown production and opportunities and red zone opportunities. Now, could Melvin Gordon linger around enough to where we don't really get to take advantage of that? I suppose that's possible too. But I do love Javonte Williams' spot in general for the long term. And if A-Rod's there for 2 or 3 years, I love Javonte Williams in Denver. I just don't know what Melvin Gordon's going to do for this 1 year. Because Melvin Gordon's not a multiple year threat. He is a threat for the entire 2021 rookie season for Javonte Williams. He is. He's a threat. We don't know if he'll go away. I kind of think he will. I kind of think even if they didn't draft a running back, he would have faded by midseason and looked very inefficient. So we might be looking at a Jonathan Taylor finish. So maybe disappointing beginning. Jonathan Taylor type finish to the season. Don't expect too much out of the gate, although you could be surprised, nicely surprised. But if A-Rod goes to Green Bay, top five quarterback numbers. If Aaron Rodgers did I say Green Bay? If Aaron Rodgers goes to Denver, top 5 quarterback numbers. Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay, top 5 quarterback numbers. If Aaron Rodgers goes to Oakland, Las Vegas. When am I ever going to get that right? I don't plan to. If Aaron Rodgers goes to the Raiders, I don't know if that's top 5 quarterback numbers there. Probably. I'd like to see him get another weapon. I don't know if Oakland. I don't know if the Raiders will say we'll trade for somebody. Just come on over. We'll trade for somebody. I don't even know if that'll work out financially for them. But the Raiders are the one where I hesitate, and I'm like, I hate the Raiders for a landing spot for somebody. Like whenever the Raiders draft somebody, I'm like, shit. You know, like even when Drake went there, I'm like, crap. So I don't know. Green Bay, top 5. Denver, top 5. A-Rod. Raiders, I don't know. Raiders, I don't feel so happy about. Raiders, I feel there are other quarterbacks where I'm like, crap. Please, no A-Rod. I'm a Raider fan. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Greg. I don't feel it. Like I want to support A-Rod wherever he goes and say that he can make it no matter what. But I just pull back. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. Why do we only have 29 thumbs up? We have 60 to 80 people in the live constantly. All right, we're done with news. Now we're going to the rookies. Boy, am I excited for this part of the show. This part of the show is my favorite. Marker board session. Don't mind these. I was making hats. This is part of that hat material. Let's get this up. I need to get a light board so that I can stop doing this on my marker board. Okay. Rookies. Let's do it. Let's do this. We'll do this overall ranking. Who's my number 1? You guys may have seen this already on sleeperu.com, but these are the 2021 rookies. Number 1 overall is Ja'Marr Chase. Now, because my number 2, which is Harris, is so close, let me first start by saying this. I have never, in my 19 years of professional fantasy football advice giving, ever ranked a wide receiver as my number 1 overall rookie. Ever. I've never said, hey, Bill from accounting, draft a wide receiver, number 1 overall in your rookie only draft. 19 straight years. So don't look at me like I'm some kind of wide receiver hungry, biased person that doesn't understand what he's doing. Okay? Oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Greg, why are you putting Chase with a question mark? Paul, why are you saying why Chase? I don't understand why you, like, I could see you being like, oh, you like Chase? Okay, I like Harris. You know, I think Harris will be better to me. Why are you actually questioning? Like, why is it even a question mark? It should be like oh, I get why he would like, honestly, tell me. Ja'Marr Chase is arguably top 1. Where's my screen here? Ja'Marr Chase is arguably top 1 to 5 wide receiver material for the future. I put that in there because he's got the potential of it. I think you count more on the 5 to 7. But I truly believe that he's got wide receiver potential inside the top 5. I'd rather have Chase over DK in Dynasty. Now, you'd have to be patient. There'd have to be some consideration of can you win now? Can you win championships? Can you win money? Like if you get DK right now. I've had this conversation with one of my followers that orders my text service, which if you want to text message me, you go to heysmitty.com. Go to heysmitty.com and get my text service. So I'm texting with a guy right now in regards to a trade that potentially is going to land him Ja'Marr Chase or DK. He could get DK Metcalf. Or no, he has the 1.2 and he's going to get Chase. Or he can trade the 1.2 and get DK Metcalf. And I don't know that I can tell him to do that because I freaking love DK Metcalf. Or I'm sorry, Ja'Marr Chase. I think DK Metcalf is a top 4 to 7 wide receiver for sure. But I think Chase has that top 1 to 5 or top 1 to 6 wide receiver potential. That's you, King? That's you, King? Your dogs? I didn't know that was you. I didn't know it was your YouTube. So I lean Chase in Dynasty if I'm not winning now, if I'm not getting money now, if I'm not ready to dominate now. I probably would lean a little bit DK. I just landed DK and kept my 1.2. Attaboy, King. King gets my text service at heysmitty.com. King, tell him what you just did. Tell him what we walked through in the texting session that we had and the phone call, King. Tell him what you did, because you were going to trade the 1.2 for DK, and what did I tell you to do? Keep DK anyway. Or no, you had the 1.2. Keep the 1.2 to get Chase and get DK without even giving up the 1.2. That's what I told you, King. And King's coming back, giving me some good news that he ended up doing it. So break down your trade in the chat here. All right. So I understand, and as I was saying, I'm okay going either direction on this. If you need a running back, you take Harris. If you need a wide receiver, you take Chase. They're so close, you could technically call this, 1A and 1B. And I don't even care if you like Harris is the 1B. But you got it. That's what you did? Thanks, King. King, put it in here, though. Put your trade in here. This is 1 QB, by the way. 1 QB. Number 2, which would technically be 3. Let's go back to 1 and 2 just so we don't confuse people by having a tie at 1. So 1, 2, 3. My number 3, it's really hard because it depends on your league. It depends on your scoring. Depends on a lot. But for me, breaking this down, I think Kyle Pitts is my number 3. And I could make an argument for a couple players here, but I think Kyle Pitts is my number 3. Again, get my HeySmitty.com text service if you want to text me. Look what King and I just did. King was trying to trade the 1.2 for DK Metcalf, which is reasonable. It's not a bad move. But on our call yesterday, because you can text and we can set up calls as well through the HeySmitty.com. But through HeySmitty.com, we were talking, and I say, King, pump the brakes. Did I not, King? I said, pump the brakes, young man. Why don't you keep the 1.2? Go get DK Metcalf using a future first rounder. We'll find out what his deal ended up being, but fantastic job, King. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. Pitts is my number 3. The guy's going to be revolutionary at the position. The guy's going to be a top 1 to 2 dynasty tight end within 1 calendar year, in my opinion. 1 to 2. That means that you may still draft Kelsey because of the, he's older, but just because if he plays 2 more elite years, he's still worth the number 1 tight end in some people's minds. But Kyle Pitts, man, I think Kyle Pitts has the potential to overtake him in 1 calendar year. Kyle Pitts, to me, there's no lock, but if there was a guy as close to a lock, it would be Kyle Pitts at tight end for being, top 1 to 5 tight end. Ryan did a trade yesterday too. Ryan, can you spell it out for me? Because I have so many things that come across my plate. I don't even remember all the deals. It was you traded DJ Moore in a 2000. So Ryan traded DJ Moore in a 2023, I think. 2023 first rounder, because you need running backs, and you got back Jacobs and J-Rob, which wasn't awful. But I was like, bro, you should have talked to me first. I think DJ's going to have a big year. You gave up a first rounder. Jacobs could be, who the hell knows what Jacobs could be in one calendar year? Who the hell knows where J-Rob is going to be in 1 calendar year? You needed running backs, but you didn't buy good long-term running backs. So what does he do? We're on the call, the Zoom call last night, which if you go to my main YouTube page and you click the join button, you can get on my Zoom calls. That's what Ryan does. Ryan and I and JP and a bunch of other people talk every single Sunday on the Zoom calls. And Ryan told us that he had done that. He acquired this for this. And I was like, no! What does he do? He trades Jacobs and J-Rob for what, Ryan? Tell everybody what you did. I'm blanking out on the player you got because I do so many of these calls and everything. I've traded Waller in 2 leagues today for the 1.1. So DJ Moore in the 2022 first. There was a 2022 first, not 2023. 2022 first rounder for J-Rob and Jacobs. Then J-Rob and Jacobs and Pollard, and got the 1.2 and got Jamar Chase. So I ended up getting Jamar Chase. So in the end, he ended up trading let's see, the 2022 and DJ Moore for Chase, which is fantastic. I would take Jamar Chase over DJ Moore in that first, because Ryan's team is stacked, so Ryan's not going to have a high draft pick. He has Jefferson, he has like freaking AJ Brown and Ridley or something, and then now he's got Jamar Chase. Like his pick's going to be late. So Ryan basically traded a 2022 first rounder and DJ Moore for Jamar Chase, and that's a late 22 first. So awesome job. Number 4 for me, some of you might disagree, and that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is my... and don't I know how to spell my own name? No, I did. I just didn't space it out. It looked awful. Devontae Smith's my number 4. I realize you could probably get this guy at like 6 to 7. I've seen him fall to freaking 8 or 9, which is crazy. I just don't mess around with it. If I'm here, I don't trade down, because all it takes is somebody to get cute at 5 and take Smith, and then I'm screwed because I tried to squeeze out some extra picks. I'm taking him. If I'm at 4, I'm taking him. Unless I need a running back, then I like to think ETN. I'm kind of torn between ETN and Javonte Williams here. My draft grade coming out, I have guys like Waddle, Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, all ahead of these guys in terms of the grade value, like impact right away, like what kind of, these guys are kind of like a patient game. But if you look at it from a patient perspective, like if you have the patience and you understand that ETN will eventually get in there, ETN and Williams kind of split at that 5 spot for me. Javonte Williams, I think, is in a crafty, good long-term spot. ETN, I believe, is in a crafty, good long-term spot. ETN might actually have good value in weeks 2, 3, 4. Like early on in the year, he could get a lot of PPR work. But because we don't really know how heavily involved J-Rob will be, it's hard to call this like a lock. It's hard to feel extremely good even about this at number 5. Like you could say Waddle at number 5. You could say, quarterback. It depends on your quarterback need. But I wouldn't be opposed to anybody. We'll put ETN first. 6, we'll put Javonte Williams. 7, we'll put, let's see here, Waddle, probably. 8, I'm going to put Carter. I love Carter's landing spot. New York Jets, there's nobody there to compete with him. I think 9 through 12, you could put the quarterbacks. I like Elijah Moore. I like Rondell Moore. I like Terrence Marshall. I like Tony. Those guys are all high upside guys, but I kind of feel like these quarterbacks, they're special. And so Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, you could put Lance at 2. I've gone back and forth on Wilson and Lance, to be honest. I think Lance is going to be so highly productive. I don't know that I put Fields here. I probably go both Moores. So Elijah Moore and Rondell Moore. So these guys tie for 12. I wouldn't be opposed to putting either one of these guys right here. It all depends on your team need. This right here is a very subjective and kind of revolving 8 to 12 for me. Bateman as well. You could go Bateman anywhere in there. It's a revolving 8 to 10 for me. But I don't see anybody else that is like a Marshall. And Marshall, you could put Marshall here, actually. I wouldn't be opposed to Marshall here. And Marshall could go, anywhere in that range. So past that, though, Sermon, I like Sermon a lot, but Sermon is like that fringe first rounder in fantasy because you don't know how he's going to get used. You can't even see that. So Sermon, we'll put Sermon right here. Sermon, Tony, Fields. I'm not high on Fields, guys. I never was. That's why I didn't want him going to the Bay. Gainwell. We don't know where Amari Rodgers is going to go, so put Gain. So I don't know how I feel. I think the biggest thing here is that Marshall's right here. Marshall, Moore, Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Bateman. All 4 of those guys, depending on how you value QBs in your league, because everyone's going to value QBs different. Some guys, only one rookie QB is going to go in the first round. Some of you have QB needs, or people value QBs a lot higher. You have 6 points per TD pass. That's why this block right here of the QBs, just for those that are just joining us and they're wondering why these QBs are ranked so high, this block of QBs, I feel like they're all lumped together in all my rankings everywhere. They're either going to move up together or down together. So after Carter, who is my bona fide 7-8, I like Carter as much as I like Waddle. After that, this Law, Wilson, Lance bundle, this bundle of 3, no, Fields is not in it. I'm sorry. This either moves below all the wide receivers like Bateman, Moore, and Marshall. So know that. Don't complain and say, Smitty, I never take a quarterback at 9. Well, then your league's a little different. Everybody's league's different. I'm telling you right now, the recipe for moving this shiat around. Law, Wilson, and Lance, this bundle moves down below the wide receivers if quarterbacks don't have a lot of value in your league. But I do believe that in some leagues they will be together at that 9 to 12 spot. Because Lance, if Lance is a top 5 to top 6 quarterback and you need one, that's worth a 9 overall pick. It's worth a 9 over Rondell Moore. It's worth a 9 over Marshall, who you could worry about injury, or Elijah Moore, Bateman, Fields, Sermon, Gainwell. Like, none of those guys scream like lock. None of them do. But if you need a quarterback, Trey Lance could be your guy. If you need a quarterback, freaking Wilson could be your guy. So, and I'm okay with that, Martin. I'm okay with anybody liking Fields number 1. You know what I mean? Like, I firmly believe the situation is so good for Lance that Fields doesn't stand a chance of, in my opinion, Martin, in my opinion, Fields doesn't stand a chance of outperforming Lance because, and later on everyone's going to say because of the situation. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where a guy is. He is where he is. His situation is part of his value now. So if we go just with the running backs, let's go running backs only. And I'll put the running backs up here. Let me see if shoot, I forgot Grant was supposed to chime in. Let me see if I can get Grant on the line. You free? Maybe Grant can join, maybe he can't. Let's send Grant a message. If not, no worries. So we'll do running backs only. Harris. Look, you can't have anybody else but Harris here. I mean, you can, but I don't think it's logical because the volume. He's got the volume. There's no one that's going to have the volume that this guy's going to have. He could be in top 5 in the league in touches. And maybe he'll be inefficient at times because the offense and offensive line and all that. But maybe he won't. Maybe Big Ben will be efficient enough, and added running game will help Big Ben get a little more extra miles on those wheels. You know what I mean? Big Ben could maybe survive because of Harris. So we'll see what happens. But Harris, this is a good opportunity and volume-based opportunity. You could almost tier this off. Like, here's a tier break. It really is a tier break because the next best guy is in a cloudy situation in ETN or Williams. So Javonte Williams. And then you could almost tier break this as well. And you could say Carter, and then probably Sermon. And I would almost say this too. I'd almost do like a mini tier break because Sermon isn't guaranteed anything yet. Whereas Carter, he has like literally no competition. So I don't know how I feel. This is a kind of a crazy year of rookies. I mean, Carter, yeah, I don't blame you. Yoda says he has Carter over Williams. I wouldn't blame anybody for putting Carter right here because Carter technically has the second best landing spot for 2021. Not necessarily long term, but for 2021, Carter has legitimately the second best landing spot. And he could become that really surprise long-term, solid option guy like Kamara that no one necessarily had. I mean, yours truly, Smitty, had Kamara as a top 5 overall running back entering his rookie year. I called him a top 5 to 10 future dynasty running back overall before he took a snap. I feel like Carter could be that. He doesn't feel like a lock to be that. He doesn't feel anywhere close to what I felt about Kamara being that good, but I'm just saying he has a little hint of that potential in this New York Jets landing spot. People forget how good this New York Jets landing spot kind of is. You know, are there concerns in New York? Yeah, but why is everybody judging New York when they made tons of improvements? Tons of improvements. New York beefed up its O-line. New York got a generational potential quarterback in Zach Wilson. Let me see. Grant is on the line. Grant.
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just driving around checking on jobs.
Yeah. Let me add you to the right here. There we go. And let me do one more thing. What do you think about these rookie running backs? So I'm going to read them off to you, Grant, and you tell me what you would change. Najee Harris, this is Dynasty, number 1 ranked rookie running back, tier break, because Williams has a cloudy situation, although it could be crafty long term. ETN has a cloudy situation, although it could be good long term. Michael Carter's got a great situation, but he potentially is looked at as a guy that's a little bit behind the other guys talent-wise, which I don't know that I agree with. I kind of like Michael Carter a lot. But Najee Harris, number 1 running back, tier break. Do you agree with that? He says, nope, I'm not having it. You disrespected my boy Michael Carter, and I'm hanging up. You weren't having that.
Man, it's just a bad situation. Every time somebody makes a phone call or whatever, it messes my whole thing up on my phone.
It's part of what you bring to the table, Grant. We're not worried. Okay, so Najee Harris, tier break. Do you agree?
Correct. Right now, yes.
Volume's there. He could be top 5 in touches, man. You know, he could be a top 5 running back in touches.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt on that.
Banged up offensive line, a lot of holes. I get it, but still.
I utterly hate the line, but he's got talent and he'll have volume, so there's a lot to be said for that.
And maybe Big Ben squeaks out another year, one more decent year with the help of a running game that could help him kind of throw less and stay healthy. Okay, who's your number 2?
Man, this is tough for me because you got to think about it long term. This is probably Melvin Gordon's last year in Denver. It would make no sense for me to believe that they wouldn't want to keep paying him that contract. So I'd probably like Javonte Williams at 2, but that's a cloudy backfield. I think they're going to split a lot of carries. I think what's very frustrating is that if Jacksonville made Etienne the sole number 1, I would have him ahead of Najee Harris. But the problem is that they're going to split carries between him, James Robinson, and I'm forgetting his name, Carlos Hyde. And It's just the most frustrating situation right there. So I would probably go Javonte Williams, Michael Carter, then Etienne, which is something I hate saying.
Carter for Etienne. Okay, so that's Grant.
And the only reason I'm saying Carter is because of volume. That's it. I mean, they've got an improved line, new coach. They've got the quarterback. I can see it. He's not a high-end elite speed guy, but he's a big bruising back. He's going to get all the goal line touches.
I like the Carter move. The difference between our rankings isn't much, and I'm not that far off where you are. I have J. Will and Etienne kind of going back and forth. If A-Rod ends up in Denver, I'd probably move Javonte Williams number 2. But right now I'm going to put Etienne at 2, Javonte Williams at 3, and Carter at 4. So I have my running backs right here and Grant's running backs. They're not too far off, because I can move mine, very quickly with some news, but it's just slightly different. Carter, I love Carter a lot. I do worry about ETN. I'm not going to lie. I feel like there's a lot of people that are excited about it. Do you see how Urban Meyer uses his running backs, how he throws? Like, I get it. There's appeal. But James Robinson was so good last year. It's a good football move. Like, if I'm the coach and I can get ETN, this pass-catching monster, and give him to my boy T. Law, and then give Trevor Lawrence, Chark, another wide receiver, Laviska Shenault, upgrades everywhere else. Like, this team's going to be darn good, and ETN is a vital part of that. And I think it's a good move. But Carter's the X factor, man. He's literally, I go back and forth wanting to be, like, if I'm doing 2021 only, or if I'm doing dynasty rankings with a 2021 heavy hand involved, I want to put Carter number 2, just because I think the volume is going to be there for him. So this is dynasty above. Dynasty, let's see. How does it change from a redraft perspective? You there?
Probably from a redraft perspective. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, from a redraft perspective, like I said, Najee Harris, I probably would take Michael Carter over Najee Harris this year. Long term, eventually, I think that Pittsburgh will get their line fixed up. You'll have Big Ben and Etienne moving forward, absolutely. But I think for 1 year, I think I like Carter over Najee Harris.
Yeah, I think in redraft, I think I even put Javonte. I don't know. I think I keep everything same, but I move Carter to 2. If it's redraft type of thinking, I move Carter to 2. That's tough, man.
It really is. I mean, with these 4, not one of them landed in an ideal spot from a fantasy impact. We're like, man, that's my guy. It's kind of like, when Saquon Barkley went to the Giants, you're like, boom, he's our guy. Ezekiel Elliott, Jonathan Taylor, CEH. Like, those guys they were the workhorses. We knew what we were getting with those guys. We don't know what any of these guys are capable of.
Yeah.
From a fantasy standpoint.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else you want to add with the rookies while I got you here? Like, what are your overall?
No, not really.
Overall thoughts and
I think
predictions?
If you want to talk about the quarterbacks for a quick second, just from a fantasy impact this year, in my opinion, I think Justin Fields is probably your number 1 bet. These are all contingent on them being the actual starters, not anything. If they're going to have to split time, then obviously these rankings go away. I think of the top 4 guys, because Mac Jones is not going to play this year. He's just not. So you've got to figure Zach Wilson's probably number 4. And then you can just start interchanging these guys. I like Trevor Lawrence 3, probably Trey Lance 2, and Justin Fields 1 from a fantasy perspective.
You like Fields over Lawrence, really?
I do.
There are a couple people in the chat that will like that, and a lot of people that won't, I'm assuming. But there are a couple people in the chat that have been going at me saying you're undervaluing Fields. You'll see. You'll pay for this, Smitty. But I don't feel it, man. I don't feel it with Fields, and I think going to Chicago, it feels like, oh, this could be a good spot, but I mean, it's great for Fields that he's in a place where he can start right away. Like, I think he'll be efficient, he'll be decent, and because he's starting out the gate, he's gonna be there right with Trevor Lawrence in terms of, like, week 1 relevance. Fields could be on the field, so obviously. Although there's been talk about Fields not being the starter in week 1 too, coming out of Chicago, so who the hell knows? But Lawrence,
this from what I kind of picture on this how going, I equate him exactly to what Jalen Hurts is. From an actual football perspective, Jalen Hurts is he's okay at best. From a fantasy perspective, the kid's going to put up numbers, and that's what I expect from Justin Fields from a fantasy standpoint. From an actual football standpoint, he is so far behind Trevor Lawrence, it's not even debatable.
Now I'm just confused, Grant.
All right, so how can I unconfuse you?
No, I get what you're saying, but I mean, now I have to look at it like Fields is not amazing, but fantasy wise he's going to do good. I'm just kidding. You know, I've got it.
Well, think about it.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I'm just joking.
Okay. I mean,
But Lawrence to me is both. Lawrence is going to be a magnificent NFL quarterback, and he's going to be a magnificent fantasy quarterback. Wilson, I believe, has the potential for both as well. The Jets, I love that people are still hating the Jets. Like, I can understand if you want to see it before you'll believe it, you know, but that I get. But they improved they came out of this draft with like an A+ draft in my opinion. And they came out of this draft improving things across the board. Top 5 potential quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. I like Wilson that much, but I'm kind of not in the majority on that. I think it's like half the people love him, half the people hate him, or not hate him, but they think he's like number 4. Like, I think Wilson's number 2, and it's pretty. And I like Lance. Lance's situation almost brings Lance up to number 2, though. So I go back and forth on Wilson and Lance, and I truly believe that we have 3 quarterbacks, Lawrence, Wilson, and Lance, that will be talked about for over a decade as to this who's the best running or quarterback from this draft class. You know, Lance could win a Super Bowl before any of the other 2. So there you're going to have that conversation, like, you know, kicking off. Like, Lance is better. Lance wins Super Bowls. Like, Lance is going to win, I think, 2 Super Bowls in the next 12 years. I think pretty easily, because this team is amazing, and he's walking into a bunch of weapons with a ability to innately run on the ground. Lance, from a fantasy perspective, like you're saying, Jalen Hurts, you give him that running potential, 50 and a tutty on the ground each week potentially, on top of throwing to Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, amazing defense. I don't know, man. Good field position, always moving the chains in the red zone a ton. I feel like Lance is going to walk out with those numbers of, like, even if it's like 210 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 50 and a touchdown. He's going to have those kind of games, like, on the semi-regular. But I could be wrong. Talk about Kyle Pitts. You love his landing spot?
Oh, my God. How could you not? Considering they didn't pick up Hayden Hurst's 5th-year option, Kyle Pitts is the guy moving forward. He's probably, in my opinion, he's probably the number 2 tight end behind Kelsey going into this year's rankings for me. And I hate saying that because I just don't think that rookie tight ends really ever produce that much. But if you look at his situation, you have a team that's going to throw the ball 65-70% of the time. Look at the volume that Austin Hooper and, within a little bit, Hayden Hurst had last year. He's going to have too much opportunity not to succeed.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't have Kittle above him is because Kittle can't stay on the field. You can't depend on him. Like, I just traded Kittle in my dynasty. The way he plays, he's never going to stay healthy. He's never going to give you more than 10 or 11 games. And you can't count on that consistently over the course of the fantasy season.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I mean, I have Kyle Pitts as a potential number 1 dynasty tight end. You know, so you're not.
Yeah, he absolutely could.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
I still would have Kelsey just because of the next 2 or 3 years. Kelsey is the guy, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
And after that, Pitts is by far number 2.
Yeah, like if I'm in a dynasty draft, a startup draft, I think I draft Pitts ahead of Kelsey. Like, but I can understand.
I can get on board with that.
So, you know, top 5 redraft. I try and draft him as late as I can, but I have a feeling that it's going to become very trendy to make Kyle Pitts the 4 or 5 or 6 overall tight end in redraft. So you're not going to be being bold making Kyle Pitts the number 5 tight end drafted in redraft. Like, no one's going to give you a bold award. You know, people are all talking about that in the comments of my post. They're like, I know this is a hot take, Smitty, but I have Kyle Pitts as my number 5 redraft tight end. I'm like, bro, that's not hot. That's not hot at all.
That's common sense.
Okay, Grant, you're driving. I'm going to let you go. Give me any last words or predictions from this rookie class at all, whether it's, Jamar Chase, what he's going to do as a rookie, Waddle, how much you like him, Devontae Smith, maybe Rondale Moore. Any of those guys intrigue you in a way that you didn't?
With the situation moving forward, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are going to just light it up this year. I think Jamar Chase has a rookie-setting record-setting year. I think he's going to be phenomenal. I don't like the quarterback situation in Miami or Philadelphia. Really, neither quarterbacks excite me from an actual football standpoint. So I think that's going to hurt Waddle and Devontae Smith. But they're both just too good not to be. They're going to be good, but they don't have. If they had elite level quarterbacks throwing to them, the sky would be the limit for them. But
Yeah. I mean, Jamar Chase was already in a lot of people's minds the number one quarterback or wide receiver in the draft. And so you give him the most ideal landing spot. I don't see how anybody's going to have. I mean, even somebody like me who loves Devontae Smith, I think Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith both could be top 6 dynasty wide receivers. And real quickly before I let you go, what do you think the odds are that Aaron Rodgers plays in Green Bay ever again? Because ESPN had a report today. It was just one reporter that said 0% chance he ever returns to Green Bay. I've heard that from a few other sources. You think it's 0? Is that a 0? You're frozen, but I see this.
That's a 0.
Is he where's he going? Predict his landing spot. Because
I mean, honestly, I have no idea. I have no insight on it other than what I'm hearing, on Fantasy Sports Radio. So,
or
I'm a huge Broncos fan. I love the Broncos. He would be an absolute match made in heaven for the Broncos.
Give him Jerry Jeudy to the moon. Jerry Jeudy to the moon.
Oh, it would be amazing.
Yeah. I think Jerry Jeudy already can find an alternative path to the moon, but if we can give him a quick shuttle to the moon by way of Aaron Rodgers landing in Denver, I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
All right, Grant.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If you got time, I got one question for
you.
I think the 2 guys moving forward from this year, running backs, Mike Davis and Myles Gaskin, were the winners of the draft.
They need to play the lottery.
People that weren't drafted. That is unbelievable. Their fantasy value, those 2 guys are easily RB2s moving forward, and they might be top 20 guys this year. What's your opinion of their value moving in for next year?
Yeah, I talked about Gaskin already being like a lottery, like he won the lottery. He walked through a minefield and came out completely unscathed. No bruises, nothing. Didn't even set a mine off. He just walked through a minefield littered with mines and came out, and same with Mike Davis. I didn't bring up Mike Davis yet. We were just talking about Gaskin. But I think, Gaskin's a low-end running back 2 for me because I still worry a little bit about his durability. Is he, going to come out of this, starting 17 games? I don't know. But he's a running back 2, regardless. He's a running back 2. I may not get him because I may not draft him high enough. I think the draft's going to vault his value up, kind of inflate it a little bit. I probably would, I'm guessing, draft him a tiny bit lower than the average person, but I still like him a lot. I think Mike Davis proved last year he could be so efficient and be utilized in the passing game, which I think is the key for an Atlanta Falcon running back because they're not going to make you a star on the ground. You need to be able to pull in passes, and he proved in games last year. Granted, it was Christian McCaffrey workload that he got, but he got 10 receptions in one game, I believe. Like, the guy can catch passes. So Mike Davis I like a little more than Gaskin, but I wouldn't blame anybody for liking Gaskin over Mike Davis. What about you?
See, I love Mike Davis moving forward. The only issue is that, like they said, they want to throw the ball. So if last year they really didn't utilize Gurley or any other guys out of the backfield the way they did with Devontae Freeman in years past. So if Matt Ryan, I always want to call him Matty Ice, if he can actually go back to throwing the ball to his running backs, he can have a tremendous amount of fantasy value because there is nobody behind Mike Davis. They have Mike Davis and nobody.
Yeah, he's in a good spot. I really like him a lot. I own him in a couple dynasty leagues, and honestly, I just didn't have time to try and trade him. I'll be completely honest. I may have toyed around with trading him before the draft. If I had Gaskin, I don't have Gaskin I got him in one league. Again, just time management for me. I didn't have time to throw out offers. I probably would have, if I had time, thrown out offers to try and trade both of them before the draft. I would not have expected both of them to not get like a Elijah, Mitchell that the Niners got as their second drafted running back. You can't get the Dolphins or the Falcons to draft one, and you got a team like the Niners drafting two. It's crazy. It's crazy. But these running back landing spots, look, we never thought the rookie running backs were going to be the reason this class was elite. You know, we all kind of thought, okay, Harris, and then maybe we get something else. And that's exactly what we got. The wide receivers we were banking on, Kyle Pitts we were banking on, 3 or 4 of the quarterbacks, maybe 5 we were banking on. This class will be elite. It will be completely, you know, it will restock the fantasy football first, second, and third and fourth rounds, and give us a lot of players that are capable of being inserted in there. And I don't know, man. I think we're gonna have 2 top 6 wide receivers of the future, 1 top, I don't know, 4 to 8 running back, 2 at least top 6 quarterbacks of the future, and the number 1 tight end. That's a pretty darn good day at the office in 2021, coming out of the NFL draft.
Yeah, no, it was a phenomenal draft class, and I'm actually really excited to see what this class will do.
And man, boy, did we get spoiled. You know, if next year it's all defensive players in the top 10, you know, I don't know if it will be. I feel like we're coming into a different, like, kind of draft environment, like a cycle where it's going to be big offensive names and stuff that get drafted first. But if you remember in 2020, it was like defensive guys. We waited a while for an offensive skill position player. We got spoiled. This draft, I don't know that we're ever going to see a draft quite like this, where you had so many offensive skill position players go almost in a row. It was like Christmas at every pick. All right, Grant, I appreciate you. Feel free to chime in Thursday too if you want to. Just let me know. Just send me a message.
Yeah, for sure, I will.
Okay, see you, man.
I do. Say yes.
Grant, the Grant man. Okay, I gotta kind of roll through this risk map because we got a little shorter show today, and then we're gonna maybe do a mock draft. So here's the risk map. Here's the risk map. Let's do some of these rookies. Let's plot some of these rookies in the risk map. So we'll start off with our boy Harris. And we'll plot Harris on the risk map. For those that have never seen this, if you're new to the show, lack of risk, 10 would be no risk at all, essentially. So lack of risk, you want to score high on the lack of risk. So basically lack of risk would be like this would be like a Mahomes, range. So Mahomes' lack of risk would be somewhere around there. Even though he did have the knee injury, I understand people might see it differently, but Mahomes would be somewhere around there, and his upside would be 10. So Mahomes would rank inside this sweet spot zone of being above 8 in upside and above 8 in lack of risk. So lack of risk line here, this is 8. So above that and above the upside of 8, upside being like your ability to be to explode from your draft value. You don't have to be the number 1 overall player to have an upside of 8 to 10. You could be like a CeeDee Lamb. Let's see, where's our CeeDee Lamb? You could be a Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You could have a lot of risk. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire would be a 7 or an 8 in risk, maybe 7, but he still has upside like there, in my opinion. Or you could at least put him there. So Clyde is above 8 in upside, but he can't crack this sweet spot zone because he's not going to get over the 8 in lack of risk. He's going to be somewhere in this range right here. So Clyde would be somebody outside. That's an example of how to plot someone on this board. So Harris, Najee Harris. Where do we plot Najee Harris? I'm going to put Najee, I'm going to say that his upside is in the 9 range. His lack of risk, I would say Harris is on that line. I don't want to put him in the sweet spot. He's a rookie. I don't think he deserves to be in there yet. But I do believe he has at least an 8 in terms of upside. And he has at least a 9 in terms of upside and an 8 on the dot for lack of risk. He's got a lot of volume, but he does have a bad offensive line. What happens if Big Ben gets hurt? You could see a lot of inefficiency for him as a rookie if something falls apart there. So Big Ben alone is going to keep him from being inside that sweet spot zone. Ja'Marr Chase. I have a feeling this young man's going to be in the sweet spot zone. Upside 9 to 10 in upside. Lack of risk. To be honest with you, I don't know how you could say he's not at least right inside at like 8.5 to 9. He's the one rookie of maybe 2 or 3 that can crack this sweet spot zone in the upside and risk map because the dude is safe. He's playing with his former college football quarterback. What could be safer than that? And the volume's going to be there. Their offense will be much improved. They helped reshape this offensive line already. They're going to be much improved in a lot of different areas. Joe Burrow's going to be healthy. Joe Burrow's going to have a quicker release. The offense is going to move the football down the field. Devonta Smith, this one's tough for me. I'm trying to be objective here. His upside, I'm sorry, you can disagree with me, but I believe it's also in the 9 range. So he's not a 5, he's not a 6, he's not a 7, he's not an 8. He's in the 9 range, maybe even 9 to 10, just like Chase. So 9 to 10 in upside. His risk is a little, I'm going to put him almost in, like 8, almost 8.1. You got to be 8.1 to get inside the box. I think he's leaning in. We may need instant replay. We don't know because Smith is just that good. And I don't think his situation is all that risky. The only reason I'm not throwing him inside, I'm making it a little cloudy, is because this coaching staff confuses me. This coaching staff in Philly, they don't seem to know what they're doing. And I thought that getting rid of Peterson would have alleviated a lot of the concerns I have. But I'm seeing a lot of the things that worried me repeated. I'm seeing a lot of the repeat mistakes happening with Sirianni and his paper rock scissors regime that he's got on Zoom calls. This dude, I don't know if he knows what he's doing. He won't commit to Jalen Hurts. If he was like, Jalen Hurts is our guy, we're going to start running the football like we haven't run the football before. We're going to feed Miles Sanders the ball. Like, if I'd seen things like that, I'd be really amped and excited. But I'm a little worried about this freaking thing. And I don't know what to make of it. But I do think that Smith still ranks right in there. Now, if I had to, the only other guy I'm going to rank on this today, because the other guys are going to fall outside of the sweet zone, but Pitts will not. Pitts will be, his upside is freaking 10 at his position. His situation is he has very little risk. We're talking about slightly above Ja'Marr Chase. Doesn't mean you draft him ahead of Chase. You could. This can be a good argument as to why you should be drafting Pitts over Chase. Maybe Pitts needs to be the 1.1. Maybe he does need to, because right here, this is confirming that it's not crazy to rank him 1. But Chase is here. Pitts is here. Smith is just outside. And Harris is Harris is right above Smith. We'll put him right there. He's on the line. You could almost put him inside, but his upside is between 9 and 10. So his upside's huge. His risk is only there because of the team and situation potential, falling apart. Same thing with Smith. Their situations could be great. I'm not putting their situations so low that they're ranking in the 6 to 8 range. I'm putting it rather high, 8, because currently things aren't falling apart. So that's how I rank that. Let's go ahead and do a mock draft. And this is going to be fun because we're going to do an auction mock draft. We're going to do an auction mock draft. Football 12-teamer. Try and buy people at the appropriate price. We're going to do an auction mock draft. It's going to be... Oh, I've got to update the app. Son of a bee. Hold on one second. I got to update the app real quick. It'll be an auction. I'll put the link in the chat here in a second. All right, we're gonna update the app real quick. Smitty, the goat, how are you? Thank you, Vic. Vic, what's going on? Kenny says, well done. Thank you, Kenny. We're not doing a 2 to 3 round rookie superflex tonight, maybe tonight, but we are doing an auction draft right now. We're going to test out the auction draft feature and roll with it. So we're going to go 5 players, but don't concern yourself with that. Bid on players at the right price. We're going to go auction, $200 budget, dynasty PPR, 12 teams, all players. Duration of the offering phase, nomination phase, 30 seconds. Everything's going to be 30 seconds. Save that. Copy link. And let me put it in the chat here. You ready? Let me open up my Discord, drop it in there. Discord, people, get ready. I'm dropping it in the Discord first. That's the benefit of having my Discord, but I'll drop it in the chat in 1 second. Auction mock draft live on the show now. Okay, here it goes. Boom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. All right, so the spots are filling up quick. It's an auction draft. The order doesn't necessarily matter too much. The order is just how you nominate the player. So, like, let's say I'm up first. I could nominate Mike Davis when I am the second on the clock. It's just your nomination order. So here's the link. I posted it in the chat. If you want in, grab a spot. I dropped it in my Discord as well. And we're going to have a little bit tougher time because a lot of people are at work watching. A lot of people are driving around watching. So these are going to fill up a little slower than the typical draft would. So Max's 200 bid. Yeah. Big Prime's in. Defending, I think it's her name. Kenny's in. Eric's in. I'm in. Poppy's in. Let's roll. Let's roll. And while we let that fill, I will say, so if we're mock drafting, I think I got to pin the link. I think some of you aren't seeing it. I don't know why YouTube may have flagged it or something. I don't know. So let me go ahead and pin this bad boy. Live chat. Pin message. Who wants to mock draft? Few spots left. Only a few spots left. And I accidentally closed out the mock. Okay, 1 spot left. One spot left. Who wants it? Who wants the last spot? We're doing this auction draft. It's going to be fun as heck, man. 5, 4. We're going to start it. 3. Who's going to get the last spot? 2. 1. Who wants it? Who wants it? Grab it. What's up, Looter? Looter got in. Attaboy, Looter. Okay. Let's start. So, Poppy is on the clock. Poppy, all you're doing is nominating. Let me make this smaller. There we go. So Poppy's nominating. Poppy's going to time out. Oh, it's McCaffrey. So I'm going to up that to 60. I'll go 75. I'll go 75 on Christian McCaffrey. I have the highest offer. 77. Someone outbid me. $79 would be the highest bid for McCaffrey. 79 going once, 79 going twice. 3, 2, 1. Sold. Christian McCaffrey for $78 goes to Kenny Powers. And now it's my turn to nominate somebody. I'm going to nominate Kamara, and I'm not messing around. I'm going to go straight up to freaking... It takes forever to go up. Straight up to $61. Alvin Kamara, $61. Alvin Kamara, $62. Alvin Kamara, $62. Alvin Kamara, $64. $64 is the highest bid for Alvin Kamara. $65. Actually, it's 66 right now. 67 would be the highest bid. 67. Do I have another 67? Do I have a 67? Going once, going twice. Going twice. Sold. I'm doing it. Ah, that was a good price. I was trying to punch it. Downside of being the auctioneer. That's a good value, Max. Okay, Eric is on the clock. Eric, nominate somebody, young man. Nominate somebody. You've got a timeout. 4, 3, 2, 1. And he timed out. He automatically nominated Jonathan Taylor. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this and up this to, $35. 37. 37. 41 would be the high bid. 42 would be the high bid. Can I get a 43? Can I get a 43, Jonathan Taylor? $43. 44 would be the high bid. Can I get a 46? 47. I've got $46. 52. 52 would win Jonathan Taylor. 52 would win Jonathan Taylor. 9 seconds left. 8, 7, 6. 54 would win Jonathan Taylor. I've got 53 as a high bid for Jonathan Taylor. 55. You can order me to do this for your draft if you want. I've had a couple people pretty much try and line that up. 57. 57 would win this. 56 is the high bid. Going once. Going twice to Balls. Balls 24 gets Jonathan Taylor for the value of $56. Congratulations, young man. You own Jonathan Taylor. Send him on down to Balls 24. George Kittle over the middle. The highest bid, $20. $27 will win him. $28. Do I have a 28? Do I have a 29? Do I have a 30? Do I have a 30? 29 is the high bid. Do I have a 31? 30 is now the high bid. 32 would win. 40. 40 would be the high bid. Kittle over the middle. $39 is the current value. $39 is the current value. And sold for $39 to Hall of J Game. $39 George Kittle over the middle. Okay. Let's see. Devontae Adams, 16 would be the highest bid. 15 is the current bid. 16 would be, now it's 30. Come on, let's up this up. We do know that A-Rod might not be back. How does this affect it? How does this affect it? $34 would be the winning bid on Devontae Adams. 35 would be the winning bid on Devontae Adams. I'm going to go 35. I'm not scared. 36 is currently the highest bid for Devontae Adams. 37. I'll go 37. 38 is the highest offer. Update your brain, fam. $39 would be the highest bid for Devontae Adams. 39. 42 would be the highest value for Devontae Adams. I have him for 42. 43. Does anybody have 43? Going once, going twice, and oh, somebody jumps in. $44. I'm going to go 44. I'm going to go 44. $44. Devontae Adams. Going once, going twice, and somebody outbids me. Somebody outbids me. $45. $46. Devontae Adams goes for a $45 value. Next up. Who's nominating next? Looter. Saquon Barkley, $3. Let's up that. Let's just send that to the moon here. Oh, we can type it in. That's nice. Let's just kick it off at $55. $58. $76. Saquon, 77. People love Saquon. People love Saquon in 2021. Look at this. 77 would be the winning bid. $76 going once, going twice, sold to Max for $76. Saquon, the man, the myth, the legend, Barkley, who looks very good coming off the ACL injury. Don't you worry. Big Prime is now going to nominate a player. Big Prime, go ahead and update your app if for any reason one of you can't, do anything. $12 for Justin Jefferson. $14 for Justin Jefferson will get it done. $33 will get it done now because the high bid's $32. $42 will get it done. The high bid's $40. $42. The high bid. $44 is the high bid. $49. $49. $50. $50 would be the high bid for Justin Jefferson. Do I have a 50? He's currently sitting at 49. He's sitting at 49. Smitty's going to go ahead and jump in the game. Smitty with a 50 bid. 51 would earn you with Justin Jefferson. 51. 52 would earn it. Let's go one more time. Smitty with 52. 53 will get it done. 53 will get you Justin Jefferson. Do I have a 53? I have a 53. Do I have a 54? I'll go 54. 54. 54. Do I have a 55? I'm not going any higher. Don't even try and push my limits. Don't try and push me. Sold to Smitty, your man, $54. Overpaying for his boy Justin Jefferson and with a big grin on his face. All right. Next up is Childish. Childish is up. Who are you buying? I don't mind in a dynasty having JJ at 54 when Adams is 45. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I can sleep good at night. Childish is going to nominate Zeke Elliott for $2. Let me throw a 40 down just to get the ball rolling on this. $40. Oh, offer more than 51. I don't know if I want to offer 51, actually. 52, 53. 53 will get it done. 52 is the high bid to Doc. 52, the high bid to Doc. Do I have a 53? 6 seconds. 5, 4. 53 will win it. Doc's going to win it at 52. So, no. Comes in. 55 will win it now. Childish has the high bid of 55. 56 will get it done. Look at Zeke. Looks like he's wearing Mickey Mouse ears. Zeke, $56. Do I have a 57? Going once. No. Childish. 58 will get it done. 57 is the high bid to Childish. 57 going once, going twice. So no. 58. 58 is the high bid. 59 will get it done. Eric Cartman is currently the high bid at 58, and it's sold. Eric gets Zeke Elliott for $58 in a dynasty league. Boom. Jamar Chase, $2 will get it done. No, it won't. $6 will get it done. But I'm guessing no. 15 will get it done. I'm still saying no. My phone's blowing up. $31. $30 is the current high bid. $31 will get it done. $46 will get it done. I'm going to go ahead and get in the game. $47 will get it done. I've got the high bid at $46. $46 feels a little high. I may have gone too high, and somebody bails me out. Somebody bails me out. I don't know. I do like it, but it is a lot of money to spend when you're not going to have any other players. I'll have 2 more players probably. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that be. Smitty got a little excited. I almost got left holding the bag. $49 is the high bid. $49 sold. Sold to Balls24, who has over $100 tied up in Jonathan Taylor and Jamar Chase alone. Not horrible, but that is a lot of money tied up in 2 players. But we'll see what happens with that. Dalvin Cook, $61 will get it done. 60 is the high bid. 77 will get it done. 76 is the high bid. Dalvin Cook's going for some quiche. $76 will. Whoa, $80 is now the high bid by Childish. 81 will get it done. $80 is the high bid. Going once, going twice. $80 sold. No, 81. 81 by Big Prime. 81, 82 will get it done. 82 will get it done. Nope, it's $81 to Big Prime. Dalvin Cook for $81 out of 200. Derrick Henry currently up $16. That isn't going to cut it. Derrick Henry's going to get a much, that is insane. What's up, Elgin? What's up, Ronaldo? $64 to Doc. Oh, $65 to Doc. $65. Derrick Henry, $65. 66 will get it done. This is Dynasty. $65. Doc. No! Defending jumps in. Doc jumps back in. Doc. Whoa! Childish jumps in and drops 75. 76 will get it done. I don't think you'll need it. $75 is probably going to you, Childish. Childish with $75. Derrick Henry sold. And he's got Devontae Adams. 2 big names. But that is high. Did you not mean to do that? You said gross after. You said gross to yourself after you made that land. King's ransom for the king, says Big Prime. Okay, next up. Stephon Diggs, come on down. $17, that ain't going to cut it. $26, that ain't going to cut it. $28, that ain't going to cut it. $30, probably not going to cut it. $44, now we're talking. $45 will win the man. $45 will win the man. $45 will win the man. $45. Do I have... Oh, $55 by Childish. $56 will win you, Stephon Diggs. $56 will get it done. Going once, going twice. Childish is going to land his 3rd player. He now has a max of $24 to spend the rest of the way. So Childish has 3 players: Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs. Childish, I've done that before plenty of times. Don't know how I feel about it. We'll find out. Big Prime, what's up? $57 for Cam, $60 for Cam, $61 will get it done. $60 for Cam Akers. $60 for Cam Akers is the high bid. 12 seconds left. Will $60 win you Cam Akers? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and finally sold. $60. Cam Akers going to Max. That's his first player. Max has a max bid of $137 left. Now it is time for... Who's nominating? Is it my turn? Your turn. Okay. I'm going to go Nick Chubby. And we're going to nominate him for $1. $1, Nick Chubb. Who's going to get it? Okay, Nick Chubb, $9. That's $46. Now we're talking. $47. I really didn't want to. The minimum bid you can go is $51, I think, and I didn't want to do it. So I stayed with the $1. $60. Nick Chubb. 61. You see what I did? I called out a guy I didn't want because I want money being spent, baby. Auction Draft 101. You get people spending high dollars so that they end up... Whoa, that was almost a timeout. You want to get people spending money. Nick Chubby, 63. 64 will get it done. Doc's going to win him at 63. Doc wins him at $63. Nick Chubby. Nick Chubby, boy. And Doc has only Nick Chubb. I only have... I have Jefferson. Okay, who's up next? Who is up next? Eric is up to nominate. Eric's got Zeke Elliott and a max bid of 139. He throws Austin Eckler out for a 9 bones. Austin Eckler, 9 bones. McCaffrey was a steal, probably, bro. When you look at it, $78. I like it. You know, it was a bigger steal. Alvin Kamara at 66. I like that. I wish I would have been in on that. $54 for Austin Eckler. $57 will get it done. High bid of $56 to defending. Defending has him for $56 going once, going twice. No one's dropping 57, so $56. It is Austin Eckler to defending. His first player. He now has a max bid of 141 to go. All right, next up, Patrick Mahomes. Patty Mahomes. $33 will get it done. $32 is the high bid. $37 is the high bid. $58 is the high bid. Good Lord. $58 is the high bid. $59 will get it done. $59 will get it done. Holy shit. $59 for Patty Mahomes. $59. That is a boatload. That's more than I spent for Justin Jefferson. Gone. Sold. But Kenny does have Mahomes and McCaffrey, so everybody can laugh all they want. But he only has a max bid of 61. Going to be tough to build a team. But at the same time, he does have 2 monster pieces. But could you have been better off with a different approach? I'm kind of sitting back. I don't know if it's going to burn me. I don't know what's really going on here. Spending's kind of been erratic. $72 for J.K. Dobbins. $73 will get it done. $72 by Team 11. Team 11, $72. Going once, going twice. Team 11 wins him with $72. I don't know if that team bailed. That might have been what happened there. The team bailed, and so that was auto-drafted. That night, way to jump out. Who is number 11? Jump out in the middle of a draft. What's wrong with you? Tyreek Hill, $52. $53 will get it done. Tyreek Hill, $52 to defending. $53 to Doc. $54 will get it done. No, says Hall of J Game. He says $54 to me, young man. $54 to me. I'm taking him. No, Doc says $55 to me. $56 will now get it done. Hall of J Game steps in. $61 for Tyreek Hill. $61 for Tyreek Hill. Going once, going twice. $61 it is to Hall of J Game, who now has George Kittle over the middle for $39 out of 200. Tyreek Hill for $61 out of 200. His only 2 players with $98 left max bid. And now up is Big Prime. Prime ready to nominate. Yeah, 73 was, I think, the computer. That was awfully high, Noah. Awfully high. I think whoever had picked Team 11 bailed. DeAndre Hopkins, 51 for Hopkins, 52 for Hopkins, 53 for Hopkins by Eric. Eric, 54 by Doc. Doc, 54. Doc, 54. Going once. Doc, 54. We have 10 seconds left, so maybe not going twice yet. Now 54 going twice by Doc. 54 going third time, and it's sold. DeAndre Hopkins, $54 to the Doc, who's got Nick Chubb for 63 out of 200, and Hopkins 54. That gives him a max bid of 81. Kyler Murray, $40, $41 to Balls 24, 41 to Balls 24. Going once to Balls 24 for $41. 42, Doc steps in. 43 will get it done. 43 by Ice Balls. I'm going to call you Ice Balls, even though it's Icy Balls. Icy Balls. Okay, I get it. Icy Balls 24. Doc steps in. 44. $45 to Icy Balls 24. Icy Balls. Icy Balls. You know, you got a lot of things going on there. Icy Balls. Wait, how much did he go for? He goes for $45. So Icy Balls has a $45 Kyler Murray, a $56 Jonathan Taylor, and a $49 Jamar Chase. Max bid of $49 left. Josh Allen, $45. $46 will get it done. $45 for Josh Allen. $45 going once. $45 going twice. $45 going 3 times. 46 will get it done. Hall of J game. $45. Josh Allen it is.
Wow.
Hall of J game has Josh Allen for $45. He has Tyreek Hill for $61 and George Kittle over the middle for $39 with a max bid of $54 left. Lamar Jackson, $40. Lamar Jackson to the dock. $40 to the dock. Lamar Jackson, $40 to the dock. Going once. We have 15 seconds left, so not quite going once yet. $40 to the dock. 41 will get it done. $40 Lamar Jackson out of $200. This is a dynasty auction. You're watching it live. Going once, going twice. 41 will get it done, but no, Doc gets him for $40. $40 to the dock. $40 Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb, and DeAndre Hopkins with a max bid left of $42. Josh Jacobs, $2. Josh Jacobs, $2. Josh Jacobs, $9. $10 will get you a Josh Jacobs. $11. $12 will get you Josh Jacobs. $15 to Team 11 for 16. Team 11, $23. $23. Team 11, $23. 24 will get it done. Josh Jacobs going once. $25. Team 11, $25 going once, going twice. And Josh Jacobs sold for $25 to Team 11, who has J.K. Dobbins for $72, Josh Jacobs for $25. And now we move on. And the team up for auction is Icy Balls. I don't know if it's IC balls or icy balls, or if it's both. I'm just going to call you Balls 24, bro. Travis Kelce, $32. This is a dynasty auction. He's still going for big bucks because of what he can do in 1 to 2 years. Because of what he can do in 1 to 2 years. This guy's going for 37. You need 38 bones to get yourself into a Travis Kelce. You need $38 to buy Travis Kelce. $37 is the high bid. $37, $38, $39 is needed to get this deal done. Kelce wants big money. Kelce wants $40 because $39 is the bid to Kenny Powers. $39 going once. $40 by Doc. $41 is needed to get this deal done. $40 to Doc going once. $40 to Doc going twice. $40 sold to Doc, who now has Lamar Jackson, Nick Chubb, DeAndre Hopkins, and Travis Kelce with a max bid of $3 left. What is he going to do? Calvin Ridley, $36. Now, the one bad thing I did on this is that you're filling up your 5 spots. It really should have made it bigger, so that people didn't think that they were only filling these 5 spots. Like, you need more money. That's my fault. I'm just testing this out for the first time. Calvin Ridley, $46. Calvin Ridley, $46 going once. Calvin Ridley, $46. Calvin Ridley, $49. Calvin Ridley, $49. It takes $50 to own Calvin Ridley. $49 Calvin Ridley going once. $52. It takes $53 to own Calvin Ridley. It takes $55 to own Calvin Ridley. That's expensive. Calvin Ridley, $55 going once, going twice. Sold Calvin Ridley to Poppy. Yeah, so my flaw in this was I should have just made it like a 15-team roster, because just think about when we analyze these teams, if you've got no money left, your team's going to be really thin. So, for example, Doc has only 4 players here. Doc's going to have no bench whatsoever. So, if you drafted like that and you spent your money recklessly, I understand you may have misunderstood the idea here, but $37 for DK, $40 for DK, $44 for DK, $45 for DK, $46 will get it done. DK for $45, DK Metcalf $45, $46 is needed to get DK, $48 is needed, $49 is now needed, $50 to myself, $51 is needed for DK Metcalf. $50 is the current bid. Smitty's got it for $50. $51 will get it done. $51 will get it done, but no, it won't. Smitty gets him for $50. Who's up? Eric Eric is up. Eric is up. Joe Mixon, $2 will get this done. $2. Well, we are drafting five players just for show, but you know, if you didn't leave money for your rest of your players, you would be screwed if we were going the distance on this. It was just a rough mock. We weren't mocking up the mock too much and thinking it out. So this is our first time doing it. Next time we'll have to, even if I decide to go 5 rounds, we'll have to put it for 15 players so that the dollar amounts are reserved for each spot. Yeah, and I wanted to make it 5 rounds because I didn't want it to take forever. $29, $30 will get it done. Joe Mixon, $30 will get it done. $30 to defending, $30 to defending, $30, $32 will get it done. $32, it's icy balls. He confirms. $34 will get this done. Eric says Mixon to me for $33. Give me Mixon now. No, defending says I want him. $34. It takes $35 to get this deal done. $35 is what you need to spend in order to get Joe Mixon. And no. He gets him. Who was that? Mixon goes to Max. Or no, defending. Defending got Mixon. We're only drafting. Yeah, so like technically you should have money left. AJ Brown, $1. AJ Brown, $8 will get this done. $9 you can sign AJ Brown potentially. Whoa. Where did AJ Brown go? Dude, the app wigged. Where's AJ Brown? Where'd he go? It changed to Swift? What the hell? Did the app just wig out? It's on Swift. Swift, $25. $28 for Swift will get this done. $28 for Swift will get this deal done. $28 is now the high bid for Eric. 30's needed. Defending's got him for $29. Going once. Swift for $29. Going twice. Swift, $29. Swift goes to defending, who has Eckler, Joe Mixon, and Swift, and only $80 to fill in 15 spots. We're only going 5 like players worth. Like we're not going to go that much longer actually, and we're just testing this out. We're just testing it out. DJ Moore, $14, $15 will get this deal done for DJ Moore. If you want DJ Moore on your roster, it's going to cost you $17 for DJ Moore. $18 is what the going rate for DJ Moore. You want DJ Moore, you're paying $20. You want DJ Moore, you pay $20. You show me a pay stub for $20, I quit my job, I work for you. $20 will get you DJ Moore, and it did. It did. Poppy has Ridley, Cam, and DJ Moore. And he said, show me that pay stub for $20, and I come work for you. Aaron Jones, man, what to make of this? If A-Rod does not return, where does he go? Late second round, early third round? Like, he can't possibly have the same value if A-Rod is not in Green Bay. $32 is the going rate. $33, $37. $37 is still, that's a decent price for him. I guess I'll pay that. I don't know that I'll pay much more, but I'll go $37. $38 for Eric. How much does Eric have left to spend? He has a lot. Max bid of $139. Eric, you take him. That's a good value though. It's not bad. Aaron Jones goes to Eric for $38. You have a max bid of $102 left. I've got a max bid of $90. Luter's got a big max bid left. CeeDee Lamb, $10. $16 will get it done. $17 will get it done. $30. $31's needed for CeeDee Lamb. $32. $33. $34 will get a CeeDee Lamb deal done and inked and the contract in place. $36 is needed. 35's the going rate. 37's the going rate. 37 bucks for CeeDee Lamb, 38 bucks for CeeDee Lamb, 39 for CeeDee Lamb, 39, 40, 40 for CeeDee Lamb, 42, 42, 43, $43 is the going rate for CeeDee Lamb, $43 going once, $43. Nope. Looter says I want him. Looter says I want CeeDee Lamb, bro. I want CeeDee Lamb. Going once, going twice, sold to Looter, $45, who now has Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, and 78 bucks to spend on the remainder of his 15-team league. Dak Prescott, 22 bucks. 22 bucks. Remember, people, you go down to zero and you've got 3 or 4 guys. How are you gonna roster the rest of your team? How are you gonna roster the rest of your team? We're not gonna go further than 4 players, really. But how are you gonna roster the rest of your team? You got no money. No money left, some of you. No money left. This is why we do it, Icy Balls. You definitely have very little money left, but you've spent a lot. I would definitely say in this format, auctioning, buying a quarterback at 40 or 50 is tough because there's a lot of good quarterbacks. But then again, look at Dak. Dak went for a boatload right there, 31 bucks. 31 bucks. Hall of J game. Nominate a player, young man. Nominate a player. We've got a couple minutes left. We're going to do this for another 2 or 3 minutes. Who's up? Najee Harris. I like that. Rookie. Get a rookie in there. Get a rookie in there. I'm going to go with 11 bucks. $12 will get it done. Najee Harris. $30. $30 is the going rate for Najee Harris. 30 will get it done. 31 will get it done. 31, 38, 38, 39 will get it done. 39 will get it done. 41 will get it. 43 will get it done. 43 bucks. 47, 47, 48 is the high. Needs to be the high bid to get you into a Najee Harris. 49. Smitty went 49. Najee Harris, 50 bucks. Who's paying 50 bucks for Najee Harris? Going once, going twice. Who's paying $53 for Najee Harris? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Who's paying $55 for Najee Harris? Going once, going twice, and sold to Smitty for $55. Najee Harris. I've got a max bid of 41 bucks left with 15 spots to fill. Who cares? Who cares? We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Doc says he wants his bench spot. My turn to nominate. Let's go. Let's do it. Whoops. Oh, it's Team 11's turn. Julio Jones, $8. Julio Jones, who's spending 8? I'll spend $8. I'll spend $8. I might regret that. Okay, good. I don't want Julio. I don't want Julio. $9, $10 to get it done. $11 will get it done. $10 to Hall of J game. $10. It's not a bad deal for even 1 to 2 years. But good Lord. $14 for Julio. $16 will get it done. Defending. Eric steps in with 16. Eric steps in with 16. Eric's got Julio Jones on his roster. No, he doesn't. Defending does. Defending's now holding the bag. Defending, $17 going once, going twice. Julio Jones, $17 sold. $17 Julio Jones. And defending has Austin Eckler, Julio Jones, Joe Mixon, and DeAndre Swift. Now it's A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, $13. $13. A.J. Brown, $21. A.J. Brown, $25 will get it done. 25, 25, 41, 43. I can't even bid. My max bid's 41. I can no longer bid. I wanted to bid 43. I wanted A.J. Brown, 44. 44 will get it done. 43 is the high bid to Looter. Looter saved his money. He said, I'm going to steal A.J. Brown away from you at $43, you son of a B. CeeDee Lamb, Barkley, A.J. Brown, $36 to spend. Not too bad. We're all over the map. Nobody even knows what they're doing here. This is the first time. We're doing it live. Fantasy Joe, we're doing it live. F it. We say it all the time on the show. We're doing it live. And this is what happens when you do it live. Darren Waller, the baller, $23. $23 to Darren Waller, the baller. $34 to Darren Waller. 35 Darren Waller. 37 Darren Waller. 37 will get it done. 36 is the high bid. 36. 37 is the high bid. $37 is the high bid. My max offer is 41. I could drop it on Waller if I wanted, and I'd have a pretty sick looking 4, but then I'd have no money left. I'd have no money left to build my team. Right now I feel pretty good. I got DK Metcalf, I got Justin Jefferson, Najee Harris. And Max has Austin Eckler, Julio Jones, Darren Waller, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift. Now it's Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts time. Whoa, what do I do here? I'm getting in on this. $12, $13 gets it done. $13, $14 gets it done. I'm going 14. 15 gets it done now for Kyle Pitts. 41. I can offer 41. I can't. It's 42 now. Smitty can't get him. Hall of J game has the high bid. He's going with the double tight end. Hall of Fame. What are you doing, bro? You can only start one. Double tight ends. Impressive. Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill. No running backs and 2 quarterbacks or 2 tight ends. Look, we're all just having fun here. Trade me your pick live. You're on the clock in the FF Dynasty draft. Am I really? Okay, I'll look at it. Trade your pick live. Ronaldo is looter. I didn't know that. Mark Andrews. What players are left? Oh, there's a lot of guys left. Let me pull up the draft while I'm going. Somebody else take over on the auction. Somebody type it. I want somebody to take over as the auctioneer, typing with a 10-second delay on YouTube. All right, I'm on the clock. Let's see. In this league that I'm in. Let's see. Where is it at? Enter draft. Oh. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase. Man, I wanted Jamar Chase. Okay, so I'm on the clock in this league. And I can take... I forget, is this a super flex? It's a super flex league, right? And I've got Lamar Jackson. Who's up? Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, $22. I could go 23. I'll go 23 in MT. I don't know how I feel about winning. Like, even if I win him at 25, like, it's a good deal. But at the same time, it's like crap, you know? God, you know what? You know what? Focus. Nobody trades in your league, bro. Who got Mike Thomas? Nobody trades in your league. I've had 3 offers up for like 2.5 months, bro. No one trades in that league. You got to get on them about that. I offer trades all the time. Mike Evans. I'll take Evans for $11. Okay, I got to see if I'm going to draft here. I got 3 offers sitting out there. Okay, in this league, I have Nick Chubb, Mike Davis, Kareem Hunt, Kenyon Drake, A.J. Brown, Kenny Golladay, Lamar Jackson, and Mahomes at quarterback in a 2 QB league. This is an expert league. So I kind of have decent running backs, decent wide receivers. I can kind of go any direction with this draft. I'll draft with you guys. Let me see how much time I have left. Oh, there's no timer. Okay. I'll make the draft. I'll draft my pick live. Send me an offer, Focus. Justin Herbert, $26. I'll go after Herbie. Herbie, $26. 27 gets it done. 26 going once. Herbert, 26 going twice. Looter, I'm going to go 28 on Herbie. I'll go 28 on Herbie. 28, 30. I'll go 30 on Herbie, bro. I'm not scared. I'm not scared of you. 30. I'll let you have him at 31, only because there's still a lot of quarterbacks left. There are still a lot of quarterbacks left. I do like Herbert a lot, though. 33 to Luter. 33 to Luter. Going once. Going twice. Sold to, I believe, Luter, who has Herbert, Barkley, Lamb, and A.J. Brown. Very interesting. Who's up now? Big Prime. Big Prime to the front stage. Big Prime. Herbert is going to ball out this year. I agree. I agree, Joe. Who's not all in on A.J. Brown, bro? The key was being all in last year. And that boy was top 5 bound. Writing was on the wall. Right, guys? Okay, this is it. You guys can continue the auction. I'm going to exit out of this. This was fun. But I'm going to go into this trade. So I'm entering this league. Here's my team. Here's my team. It says Superflex. So I have Mahomes, and down here I have Lamar Jackson. So Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. It's a deep lineup, so it's really deep. So I've got like Perriman in the lineup. I've got Giovanni Bernard, who I got to get out of there. Cook at tight end. Jefferson, but I have Mike Davis, Nick Chubb, Mahomes, Lamar, Superflex League. Like I said, A.J. Brown, Kareem Hunt, Galladay, Drake, and on my bench I've got a bunch of garbage. I had Dillon. A.J. Dillon was going to be phenomenal value, and then that went away. So I'm on the clock. Let's go look. Enter the draft. I'm on the clock. It went Lawrence, Pitts, Trey Lance, Chase, Najee. So that sucks. I just missed Najee. Running backs, of course, Etienne, Williams, Carter, Sermon. Wide receivers, Waddle, Devontae Smith. Pitts is gone. I lean Devontae Smith. I mean, I could use a running back probably as much as wide receiver, so I'm not that, like right here I have Mike Davis, Drake, Hunt, Chubb, and A.J. Dillon. And at wide receiver, I've got Galladay, A.J. Brown. You could argue I need a wide receiver probably more than I need a running back. Running backs are hard to pass on, but I'm going to go ahead and take my boy Devontae Smith because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not on the clock, bro. Looks like the pick was traded. You got it wrong, Focus. Right? I'm not on the clock. I can't even draft. Look. You lied to me. You said I was on the clock, bro. You said I was on the clock, bro. Damn it, Focus. I'm not even drafting, bro. I traded the pick last year. Son of a biatch. All right, I'm out of here. I got to end the show a little bit early today. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining me with these mock drafts. It's been fun. Check out heysmitty.com so you and I can start texting. Just go to heysmitty.com. Let me go ahead and put that on the screen here. heysmitty.com. I traded a while ago. You got me all excited, bro. You come in here and tell me I'm on the clock? What kind of league is this, Focus? Okay, heysmitty.com. Order a phone. Start texting with me. Order phone calls. Text me. Let's go. Let's build your team up. I've done a lot of good today and yesterday and the day before with teams. People using this feature. We've made their teams absolutely electric and crazy good. heysmitty.com. I will see you Thursday. I've got Coach Hugh Jackson, former Browns coach, coming on Thursday. Other guests potentially coming on, popping in and out. We've got Rob from Fantasy Football State of Mind jumping on. So Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern here on the fantasyfootballshow.com, which is the short link to the YouTube channel. And get on over to heysmitty.com. Let's go. Peace out.